to join Steve and Father Wild on the stage.
Thank you kindly. You know, this is a very special occasion for all of us, and I would like to give my thanks and gratitude for a number of things today. And I would like to start with the other honorees, because you are first-class, quality individuals. And I want you to know what a privilege it is for me to join you at this wonderful, wonderful event. I also want to thank my family. My wife Madeline and I have been married for 50 years. She's been with me every step of the way through my career. Always offered great advice, was a great sounding board for me, always encouraged me, did whatever it took to help me proceed in my career. We have 3 wonderful boys, all of whom are involved in sports today, who have made us very proud. And I treasure my family more every single day. I also want to thank Marquette University for a number of things. First of all, I was very, very fortunate that I could be a student here. And the best decision of my life was not made by me, because I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, planned to go to either the University of Iowa or Iowa State to study journalism. But I was the only child of a little rough Catholic mother. And she insisted, first of all, that I go to a Catholic school. And I had an English teacher at my all-boys high school that said, Marquette is the place to go. And that decision has carried me a long, long way. I feel like I've been blessed twice by Marquette. Not only the chance to go here as a student, but the chance to be employed by the university for 6 years following my graduation. I'm also very grateful for my career, because I was really, truly blessed in what happened to me during my career. I only had 3 jobs. Each one was in a different sport. I had the chance to work with legendary coaches and players, a chance to be a part of outstanding traditions. And in the end, I was fortunate enough to receive both the World Series ring and a Super Bowl ring. I spent 6 years at Marquette. The last year was with Al McGuire, as he took over a program that was in shambles, went on to build the greatest era in the history of the university, an era that was capped with an NCAA championship. In 5 short years in St. Louis with the baseball Cardinals, we built and opened a new stadium, hosted an all-star game, beat the Boston Red Sox in the 7-game World Series in '67, and lost the 7-game World Series to the Detroit Tigers in '68. I got to go to work daily with baseball immortals like Stan Musial, Bob Gibson, Lou Brock, and Roger Maris. In Green Bay, with the foundation of Ron Wolf, Mike Holmgren, Reggie White, and Brett Favre, we were able to take the Packers after 20 years of being in the doldrums and put them back among the elite teams in the National Football Leagues, go to 2 Super Bowls, and bring the Vince Lombardi Trophy back to the state of Wisconsin. The most important thing we accomplished off the field is the fact that we were able to save and redevelop what I think is the cathedral of professional football, Lambeau Field. It was a $295 million project that we did on time, on budget, played through construction. It totally changed the franchise because it opened up numerous new revenue streams for the team and stabilized the future of the franchise. I want to thank 2 people at Marquette who meant a great deal to me. The first is Father Wild. I always felt how fortunate I was when I was younger that I got to know Father O'Donnell, Father Rayner, and Father Wild is right up in that category of priests who have a warmth and a dignity that carries out and makes you proud that you're from Marquette and that this is the gentleman who represents your university. So, Father, I thank you for that. The other person I want to thank is the person whose building we're in tonight. I only worked with Al for 1 year. I traveled around the state with him, tried to introduce him to the right people, take him to all of his speaking appearances. And to this day, he's the most unique and colorful character I ever had the chance to be around. The first year as we traveled around the state, he used to talk to me about recruiting. And he said, Bob, what I'm going to do, and believe me, listen to this, he took over a team that was 5-21 and lost 15 straight games a year before. But he said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 1 blue chipper a year. And he said that when that young man is a senior, he's going to have the chance to be in the spotlight. But he said, Bob, after we've been here 5 years and we've got 5 blue chippers, we're going to be very, very dangerous. And from that point on, it's going to be seashells and balloons. In 1977, my wife Madeline and I were at a league meeting with the NFL in Phoenix, Arizona. And on a Monday night, there were 2 big events going on in the country. On one screen was the Academy Awards, and on the other screen was Marquette playing North Carolina in the championship game. And as I watched that game end, with Al sitting on the bench and the tears coming down his face in what was going to be the last game he ever coached, all I could think about was, this is what he meant about seashells and balloons. Fortunately, Al and I kept a long-term relationship. And about 4 years after he retired, I was sitting in my office in Green Bay, and the lady at the switchboard called upstairs, and she said, Al McGuire's here to see you. And I said, send him up. Al comes up the stairs, and he looks god-awful. His hair's flying, he's got on a t-shirt, a pair of Levi's, tennis shoes, no socks, hasn't shaved. I haven't talked to him in 5 years since he won the NCAA championship. The first thing he says to me is, I thought you might want to buy me a cup of coffee and let me make a couple of phone calls. I said, there's a phone, let me get you the coffee. Every call he made, by the way, was long distance. So I finally came back down and I said, what are you doing in town? And he says, I'm giving a speech. And I said, dressed like this? He says, oh, no, no. He says, I drove up today on my motorcycle. He said, I got a suit on the back of my motorcycle. So I said, well, let's go out and see what it looks like. He says, I need you to show me how to get to downtown Green Bay anyway. So we go outside, and there he is on the back of his motorcycle, a nice suit wrapped up in a roll and tied with a rope. And I thought, this is going to be the most unique speaking appearance anyone has ever heard before. But God bless him for what he did for this university, what he did for this basketball program, this athletic department, and what a wonderful tribute this is to be here today. I want to thank Marquette for this honor. I'm totally flattered, I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm proud to be a graduate of Marquette, and I'm proud to be here today with all you folks. Thank you very much.